Tonight on the Night Team, two communities in mourning. In Bullitt County, a vigil to honor the lives of 6-year-old Maurice and 9-year-old Jaden, shot and killed by their mother, according to police.
They were such sweet babies. Nobody deserves that.
Tonight, how family and friends are remembering the boys. Then in Oldham County, first responders gather for a solemn procession, honoring a Ballardsville firefighter who died in the line of duty.
Tom was a husband, a father, a son, a man of God, and a firefighter.
How the department is remembering their brother. And then,
we believe in young people that the world has given up on.
The program in Louisville designed to confront the gang problem, taking a new approach. But is it working? Our focus team investigates. Tonight on the Night Team. The Bullitt County community is leaning on each other tonight as they honor the lives of two young brothers who police say were killed by their mother last week. Thanks for joining us here on the Night Team. I'm Alex Dieterer. Friends, family, and even strangers gathered tonight for the emotional vigil. WHAS11's Connor Steffen and photojournalist Aspen Hester were there as countless mourned and wiped away tears for two lives cut too short.
From the dozens of strangers wiping away tears to family members left absolutely shattered.
Because a lot of times you hear it on the TV, but there's no place, there's no outlet to kind of grieve together as a community.
In the face of such a tragic loss, the only option is coming together.
And it is so encouraging to see all of you coming out tonight to show the love for these two boys.
The Bullitt County community has mourned the deaths of 6-year-old Maurice Baker Jr. and 9-year-old Jaden Howard for 5 days now.
They are your bus babies, and you want to protect them as soon as you get them,
Including the boys' bus driver, Londa Boggs, who remembers where she was when police say their mother shot and killed them.
I lost it. I'll be honest with you. I cried really hard. And they were such sweet babies. Nobody deserves that, to die like that. So, they don't.
In their deaths, several hundred people turning out here at Little Flock Baptist Church, hoping for healing and praying something like this never happens again.
Peace, and a good memory, and to say, let the Lord's will be done in this situation for not just us, but for the community itself.
We can make the change so that situations like this don't get kicked down the road like a can. That real solutions and resources can be offered to help.
Or to be a danger.
Right now, the boy's mother, 32-year-old Tiffany Lucas, faces murder charges in connection with the deaths of her sons. She's expected back in court Tuesday.
Just knowing and realizing that could have been my boys, it's just something that was just gut-wrenching, and everybody kind of just felt that way that we talked to.
A community illuminating in the face of such a deep tragedy. In Bullitt County, Connor Steffen, the WHAS 1119, on your side.
First responders came together today to honor one of their own who died in the line of duty yesterday. 53-year-old Sergeant Thomas Petschke Jr. died last night after responding to a fire in Goshen. Petschke suffered a medical emergency while responding to that fire. Today, the Baldersville Fire Department honored this legacy with a procession from LaGrange to Old Louisville. As photojournalist Addie Hill and I show you, Petschke and his impact on Oldham County will not be forgotten. Sergeant Thomas Petschke Jr. did on Saturday what he's done for the last 10 years. He responded to a fire at North Buckeye in Goshen, but while he was on the scene, he collapsed. Despite immediate medical attention and being transported to a local hospital, he didn't make it.
Tom was a husband, a father, a son, a man of God, and a firefighter.
Petschke was a Ballardsville firefighter for 10 years. He's described as a hardworking entrepreneur, owning industrial turnkey solutions in LaGrange, and a servant to the Oldham County community.
With his busy work schedule, he always found time to get back to his community.
Sunday evening, a procession made its way from LaGrange Road to a funeral home in Old Louisville. First responders and law enforcement, brothers and sisters, paid their respects.
He was an example of a volunteer fireman, always trying to expand his knowledge and serve the community the best way he could.
Ballardsville Fire and Rescue said on Facebook, quote, We ask that you keep Sergeant Petchke and his grieving family in your hearts during this unimaginably difficult time. Our thoughts also extend to the firefighters who served alongside him and those who were with him yesterday as they cope with the loss of their dear colleague and friend. Cause of death has not yet been released. Anchorage Middletown Fire is helping the small department during this difficult time and will give more details as they become available. The federal trial for former LMPD officer Brett Hankison continues tomorrow, where once again Hankison will take the stand. Hankison is accused of violating the civil rights of Breonna Taylor and others when he fired into Taylor's apartment on March 13, 2020. Thursday, Hankison took the stand in his own defense, testifying that he did not fire blindly, as the prosecution argues. Hankison will wrap up his testimony tomorrow, after which the judge does expect closing arguments to begin. Following a deadly shooting at the Dker Manor housing complex last night, residents and advocates are demanding accountability. LMPD Major Shannon Lauder says officers found a man shot inside Dker Manor on East Muhammad Ali Boulevard around 8 Saturday night. He died at the scene and one person has been detained. Outside the complex today, residents and members of Black Lives Matter say they've tried to call attention to the violence and unresolved issues. Their demands include the creation of a task force with residents to immediately rehouse requests in queue and space for residents on the Metro Housing Authority Board.
We are tired. There's no reason why we should live like we're animals. We are human beings. And we deserve respect. We deserve change.
A statement from the Metro Housing Authority says their mission is, quote, to set a standard of operational excellence in providing quality, affordable housing opportunities for residents to achieve self-sufficiency and an enhanced quality of life, and collaborating with community partners to build strong, viable neighborhoods. They go on to say they encourage anyone with maintenance concerns to directly report them right away. Right now, the votes are being tallied after members of the UAW here in Louisville voted on the new contract made with Ford. The historic vote got underway at 9:30 this morning at the Gold House. Ford and the UAW reached a tentative deal after a strike that lasted more than a month and shut down the Kentucky truck plant here in Louisville. The contract includes a 25% pay raise over 4.5 years and cost of living raises.
It's historic, it's epic, it's never been done before. But you have to remember, there are members that's relative to them. Not everything that, is in the agreement is something that they wanted or needed, or vice versa. So it's really all relative to the individual. But overall consumption of the agreement, it's historical.
Dunn tells us he should have a vote tallied by midnight tonight. We'll keep you updated online and on JMK in the morning. The city of Jefferson Town honored our veterans today with a very special program. This was Jefferson Town's 28th annual Veterans Day celebration held at the Freedom Wall Memorial at Veterans Park this afternoon. Captain Marge Graves, who served in the U.S. Army Nurse Corps during Vietnam, served as keynote speaker.
And being a veteran is one of the proudest roles that I have ever played. And if I had to do it again, including my tour in Vietnam, I would do it again, because there's nothing that is any prouder in the hearts of veterans and what they have done for this country to give freedom for each one of us.
Graves was also honored yesterday during Louisville's Veterans Day Parade, becoming the first woman to serve as Grand Marshal.